Okay. Listen. Listen, okay? Listen. 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 Okie dokie. Okie artichoke. Alright, look. I might have taken a little bit of a break. And I tried 3 separate times to get off my ass. Because I can record these no problem. It's the editing part that always gets me locked in a pause, you know? But I was thinking, okay, well, I did this Arctic Civilization event recently, and there is absolutely a video of that on the way. It's going to take forever. But, yeah, I'm going to get around to that. I'm still working on the music for it. What the is that a train? Yeah, I'm working on it. It's going to take forever. But I was thinking, okay, I'm trying to make this Pokemon Academy live forever, right? It's been over half a year since my last video on this game, and I had taken, I didn't take a break per se, more like, remember in episode 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever, where I was like, guess how many extra hours of footage I recorded? An entire 10 hours, and up to that point, I had only made 7 episodes. Like, I got to episode 7 and I was still like only 2 or 3 hours into the 10 hours I needed to edit down into episodes. And I was like, holy shit, this is gonna take forever. So I took a quote unquote break and just played through the entire game. And after that I was like, ah shit, you know, I beat the game. I didn't beat the game because it's only like a quarter finished as a game. Like the game is still being developed as we speak. But and you know, the next week of the game is about to at some point on the very near horizon, it's about to be completed and rolled out. So I'm like, okay, well, I do want to get back into this game. So what I tried to do was I tried to get a whole bunch of footage. And what I was going to do was make a big, long, juicy, thick video about just me starting the game over because I lost the old save file. um, was gonna make a video of me doing the game over, hyper edited style. That would be like 40 or 50 minutes of just, you know, quality content, editing wise. And then I get up to the point where I was leaving off in episode 7 after that battle in the field. And then I get to do a whole bunch of stuff after that, like going to the city and blah, blah, blah. But I forgot to edit that as well. Like I recorded up to that point. I tried editing. I never really found a footing for myself to, you know, get into it. So I ended up deleting that footage as well. Both of those attempts I made, I deleted all the footage. And the only video files on my computer right now is a video file for a Minecraft video that I'm actually going to make, which I'm not going to delete because it's only 50 minutes and I can absolutely do that if I just find the time on the weekend or something. I'm doing that and the trailer video for Arctic Civilization, which is uploaded on my channel. I don't need it as a file anymore, but I just have it anyways. But whatever, I thought, okay, speaking of Arctic Civilization, I did a thing where I live streamed all my footage because I didn't have enough storage space on my computer at the time to, you know, have it as like all video files. So what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to go back into the internet browser with OBS and record my live streams. And then I'll edit those recordings of the live stream, which thankfully don't display any ads. At least if they do, I'll just like rewind the footage and like cut the ad out. You know, it'll be easy. That's what I'm gonna do, and that video is probably gonna be hours long, at least 5 or 6 or 7 hours long when I'm finally done with it. But it'll be everything. So I, you know, I'll just do that with this. I'll live stream myself playing the game. That way, it can sit for as long as I want, and it's actually on YouTube. Like, it's not just like a procrastination thing. Like, it's out there, always serving as a reminder to me, and I don't have to worry about deleting it because I'll just be there. Some point in the far future, 10 years from now, I will pick it up and I will be like, okay, time to turn this into an actual video, or I'll use these live streams as a reference, and then I'll just play through the game again, but actually record it and turn it into a proper video. So I don't know what this is going to be, but I wanted to get content out there of me playing this game to completion because there's a lot of things I want to talk about in it. So, that said, we're going to make a new game. I should have said something epic and profound as the game started, but I have something else epic and profound to say now that we're starting the game. I found a skip button here. You see this? I understand. Okay. That's me. Dennis. One and only. Fuck no. All right. All right. Okay, hold on. We should I should actually do some immersion. Professor Oak became a furry. Oh man. Ooh. Almost slept in. All right, so we have a duck. This potion, I actually this is gonna sound weird, but I first played the Pokemon games in Generation 5, and they have little pixel arts of all the items, including potions. First of all, I don't know why I have a potion in my room. Second of all, the pixel art for the potions, especially the super potion, it looked like gummy candies. I don't know how to describe it. They looked like those gummy candies covered in those, like, sweet Sour Patch Kids style crystals. They could look at Sour Patch Kids and imagine it's one of those, like, root beer gummy candies. You know, they make those gummy candies that look like burgers and, like, root beer bottles or Coca-Cola bottles, I guess. Just imagine one of those, but with, like, a bright orangish, reddish color and the Sour Patch Kids sprinkles on it. And then a little bit of white glaze at the top, especially. And you tell me that doesn't look like a gummy. It doesn't even have to be glazed. It could be just like dye in the gummy. Like those Blue Shark gummies, they got a white bottom on them. So just tell me that a 10-year-old, 9-year-old, 8-year-old kid, whenever I played Gen 5, looks at this and goes, oh, that's a kid. That doesn't look at this and go, looks at this and doesn't go. Ironically, we don't have a dictionary in this room. Anyways, got the Wii. I don't know what that is. What's up, Dennis? Ah, you look like a war criminal. Time to rest. No, Biga. It's gonna be so much fun to edit this. I'm so excited. Yeah, it's a good thing, buddy. Future champions Pokemon should get up early in the morning and go to bed late. Like they say, late to bed and early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Insert the Quaker Oats man. Yes, we have the baby boy say the word tired. Oh, hey, Mom, welcome to my room. Yes, please. Come in. Can I make my voice sound any more nasally, I wonder? Maybe if I pushed up my nose a little bit. As long as you're living under my roof, I certainly will. Okay, I'm actually not going to do that. I shouldn't have pressed on my nose so hard. Anyways. Dude, Oregon Country Fair? No way. Anyway, I've heard you say the word tired. I didn't know you knew such vocabularies. Mom, what are you saying? Well, when you have more energy than your Pikachu, a mother can sometimes be led to think her son doesn't sleep. Hey, there's no time to sleep if I want to be a champion someday. I didn't say that properly, hold on. There's no time to sleep if I want to be a champion someday. I wonder if Dennis agrees with you. Pika. Well, when I'm champion, I'll have more Pokemon than just Dennis. That's fucking mean. Anyway, we're burning daylight like the sun. Come on, Dennis, let's make like the sun and get high. Yeah, wait, slow down for a second. We're trying something really, really big. I gotta calm down with the voices. Look, it's... tell me if this is a good idea, okay? It is currently 10:27 p.m. I have work at 7:40. My car is in the shop. So my grandpa needs to pick me up at 7 o'clock. And if I leave for work at 7, that means I get up at 5:30. And if it's 10:30 right now, if I immediately went to sleep and skipped the 15 or so minutes it takes for you to actually go to sleep after you close your eyes, then I would get about 7 hours worth of sleep. But the human body can run on less. So if I stream for another hour, that'll be 6 hours of sleep. And then if I have a little snack downstairs and then go to sleep, that'll be 5.5 to 5 hours of sleep. I could do that. I can absolutely do that. I'm built different. I thought this guy said I'm going to put running shoes on my head, but I don't know if it's a good idea to play this game when I'm so tired, but it'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be good. Goodbye. You don't mind? You take advantage of my day off. Nice try, honey. Oh, my darling baby boy, I'm so proud. Pinching my cheeks, Mom. I'm 18, you know. Not for long, you're not. Oh, I know, and it happened far too soon for my heart. Dude, my mom looks like she's pulling a Luzamine right now. Except I'm older than her kid was. So, like... Anyway, I'm gonna just pretend like I didn't say what I just said. Enough about my happiest memories. You got into GOOO God Academy. Boy, sounds like a leaking balloon. No. I didn't. What? I couldn't have, Mom. The application fee alone was 1,000,000. Besides, my grades are at the bottom 10 percentile. I couldn't even apply, Mom. I wrote 3 letters to them asking for a free waiver. I only got a response on my 3rd letter, and they just said to stop pestering. Sweetheart, we could have afforded the application fee. Not for my odds. I used one of those online calculators, you know. And my chance of getting in was too low to be computed. Like the size of my penis. You really got to emphasize that. Just to be some kind of record at least. Oh. Sweetheart, I'm sorry. I know that getting into GOOO was always a dream of yours. Hey, that's just the most direct path to becoming champion. I'll figure out another. Yeah. Why did you think I got into GOOO, though? Oh, it's just that we received a letter that says GOOO Academy acceptance letter on the envelope. Huh, that's very misleading, may I see it? Sure. Oh my god. Oh yeah, that's right here. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I bet I know what happened. It's probably meant to go to him, wasn't it? Sure, man. Sure, sure. Maybe, but perhaps you could just read it. Okay. No, I don't like your bit. Rule of threes, triple ellipsis, which is itself a triple set of dots, which is itself me bringing this joke 3 layers deep and calling it here. Wow. 3 people on screen. Well, that's a 4th layer. Now it's too much. Rule of threes. Now it's 5. Now, oh, it's running away. Oh my god, Mom, he's lost his mind. Well, sweetheart, was this perhaps a letter meant for our charming neighbor? Or was it, as I said, proof that good things happen to good people? How? Oh, wait, no, never mind. It says right here, it was meant for Blue. Oh. Let me put the tissue away. How fucking messed up would that be if this was actually genuinely just a letter meant for Blue and we were getting it, and then I gave it back, and this heartbroken mother over here, God, that would be real. That would be so real. I just realized the wallpaper has texture on it. Okay. I really don't know, actually. I never doubted that you'd get in. But if you didn't even apply, I'm not sure if my motherly belief was that powerful. Bigger? I have no idea, Dennis. I just have no idea. I was dead on correct, by the way. It was from Professor Lee Oakley. But I'm not going to leave this gift on no one. That's not how the saying goes. That's not how the saying goes. Rule of 3? How about rule of 2? How about you get the fuck out of here? Although, of course, rule of 2 only works because I'm directly calling attention to the significance of the rule of 3, and I'm subverting expectations. I'm so witty. I'm boarding on your mom. You can't script me. I tried. It didn't work. Now, the Kanto Airfield Terminal in Viridian City. And a one-way ticket to the GOOO region. I can't believe it's been an entire month and we still have absolutely no idea how I got into GOOO. We definitely emailed the school several times to make sure this wasn't a mistake. Right. Of course we did, sweetie. Both of us did. And by email, surely we mean, E as in Fleechinder mail. I tried to come up with a joke about these guys being hillbillies, and then I was like, well, if it's an email joke, obviously they had to send the mails by bird, pigeon mail. And then I was like, well, the E in email has got to stand for something. And I was like, oh, there's maybe a bird Pokemon that starts with the letter E. But then I was trying to think of one, and I couldn't find one. So I just picked a random bird Pokemon that I know, like Fletchinder. But there is an E, but it's not like an E sound. So I tried to be like, oh, the Fletchinder, E is in Fletchinder. But that doesn't make any sense. And now I just forced the joke too hard, like diarrhea. 9/11. So there's two big questions now. Number one, how did I get in? And number two, how do we get a baby? That should be the last thing you're worrying about, sweetheart. I'm full figure. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna skip this entire... Why are you so big? Okay. Woo! Woohoo! Woo! No, I thought I sounded like an owl. What is it with me trying to justify myself? It's because of live streaming, isn't it? Whatever. Do city folk really always use airplanes to go places? This is nothing like flying on a Pokemon. Not that I've ever done that either. You can fly on a Gyarados. Some of the older guys back at Pallet told me the Kobukan region is next door to Unova. We're pretty far away from Kanto. You know, I'm thinking of making, quote-unquote making, more like just plotting out and planning, a Pokemon fan game with a region that is just the state of Oregon. And I actually have a trip to the Sunstones region coming up in like a month-ish. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And I started thinking about, like, I was in a powwow market, and you know, they just got a whole bunch of cool stuff there. And I was looking at the beadwork that they made on display, and I was like, dude, what if in my awesome game, because I want to represent all of the life experiences I have in the state of Oregon in this region somehow. Like, for example, the coasts, you know, Oregon State Fair, Portland, like all of the Crater Lake, all the stuff. I want to represent all the fancy schmancy, and I think that the powwow market could be represented by having these vendors, you know, just like super cool stuff. But the items that they're selling, I thought, hey, idea for a few different things. One of them being like, you take evolutionary stones, because I looked at the Eviolite item and I was like, they should be doing more with evolution stones, or like doing more things with unevolved Pokemon. Like players should be able to, or trainers, I guess, should be able to have a Pokemon they really like but don't want to evolve it. They should give it an item that has some uniqueness to them, that's like just some uniqueness to them, not like a Pikachu specific item ball like the light orb. I don't think that item is cool, but you know, just what if you gave them one of these beaded items that was made out of evolutionary stone fragments. It doesn't evolve the Pokemon, but it buffs their stats somewhat, and it could be different from their evolved form. Like, it's a held item, so it takes up their held item slot, so you can't give them like this and leftovers or whatever, but it gives them like a higher stat raise in one of, or two, or a few of their stats than they would get from having fully evolved. Like, it's this Pokemon that has a more restricted move set, like a more restricted move pool, but it has higher stats than its evolved Pokemon in defense specifically, or something like that, because of the item that it's holding. Anyway, I think I wrote a bunch of these ideas I had in a notebook somewhere and I lost it, so I'll have to re-brainstorm them, or just go back to the market whenever another one happens, and then I'll figure it out. I'll rediscover my epiphany. Anyways. Unova reminded me of that, because Unova is based on the United States, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's more specifically, more generally based on North America, but if Kobukan is as far away, get him. I've been here for 10 hours. Wait! What's that out the window? Two building-shaped structures coming out of the ground. Why are they getting closer? Good afternoon, passengers. We are expected to land in the Kobukan region in approximately 20 minutes. The weather in Inspire City is clear and sunny. As we start our descent, please make sure to keep your seatbelts. Oh my god! Just playing all the way into it. Thank you. Alright, this is it. The beginning of the rest of my life. I need to stop. Okay, we got, like, I'm gonna try to stream for 20 more minutes. Maybe. Maybe a little bit longer. And then I'm kind of hungry, so I'm gonna get food. I have no idea where I am. Okay. Oop, oop. Okay, alright. Here we go. I forgot about this. Okay. Excuse me, do you know which bus goes to... Huh? What? Son of a bitch. Blue, you son of a bitch. What the hell are you doing here? Ah, is it too hard to believe I've got to go to God Academy? Yes! Stupid fuck. I almost wish you had made it into Kubukan. I'll miss my favorite stooge when I'm taking my place among the future champions of the world. Then you'll be really happy when you see me walking down the same hallways as you. You almost sound serious. There are two things I take seriously, Blue. My dream to be a Pokemon champion and my rivalry with you. Don't be so cocky. I don't take you seriously at all. You're just a dreamer with no direction. Like my penis. I know exactly where I'm going and I'm getting there. Sure, pal. Hey, Blue, since I'm obviously not going to Kobukan Academy, and you are, there's no way that anyone at this new school will learn about your nickname, right? Don't you dare. Yeah, that nickname that everyone called you, the one I came up with and I was like 8 and stuck with you all this time. More than you, son of a bitch. Oh, Blue. Remind me, what was it again? Let's see. I gotta remember what it was. Okay, okay. I think I accidentally might have muted my microphone. And I was like, why does it sound weird? Because you know, my headset gives me feedback to my mic, but whatever. What I was saying, I completely forgot, but I'm actually going to open the live stream chat right now in case I have any viewers. Oh, Stephen Colbert! Stephen Colbert uploaded a video. Oh, I love my thumbnail. But only one viewed from a distance. Okay, alright, I got no viewers. Got one viewer, and that's myself. Anyways. Purple. I didn't think about this when I named them the first time, but red and blue and purple, you know, as in the flag, guys, as in that flag. Yeah, we're sailing hard with this one. Oh, I think I'm close. Wait, bro. Seen you for the first time for a grand total of like 3 minutes, and he's already okay. Yeah, that was it. That was it. It doesn't make sense. It's not even clever or catchy or... It was so pathetic. Why did you even call me that? I guess the humor is a little too highbrow for you, Purple. Okay. I'm actually getting lightheaded doing the voices too often, so I'm just gonna... The funny part is over. Hello, Silver. Hello, Brawley. Hello, Roxanne. What is that on your arm? Okay. Obviously cover for rally. Why the fuck would I not? Oh, it's the... It's the... It's the... Oh, I actually didn't read this part the first time. Okay. You're not gonna believe... Wait. You're not gonna believe this, but my high school was pass or fail. So, in a sense that there were only a few of us and we all passed, I was top of the class. But I was probably at the bottom of that group, academically speaking. Apologies, we have to go somewhere else. Oh, and what? Do incest-esque things, perhaps? Are you doing incest in the corner? Are you having incest sex? You know, it doesn't ring off the bell as good as gay sex does. Like, well, are you gonna do gay sex behind the wall? No, that works fine. But incest sex, that's just a mouthful. It just doesn't work. You hear that, guys? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. Anyways, from their perspective, and even from mine, there's no way I should be here. See, I don't agree with this, and here's the thing. My guy has been presented with an opportunity, right? He didn't even uh well, he was rejected multiple times. Right? He was trying to get into the school real bad. And, he kept getting rejected. And it took a certain Professor Lee Oakley in order for my dumbass to get dragged into the school. And that is outside of my control as Red, It's outside of Red's control. So he's like, I don't deserve to be here. He's got imposter syndrome. And the person who brought me here, as far as I'm aware, playing through the game, Professor Oak, doesn't think that I should be here from an academic standpoint. He wouldn't have thought to recommend me otherwise. Maybe he would have, but it would have been like a longer route decision that wouldn't be from the mindset that he currently had. It wasn't going. It probably wasn't going to happen unless he had some sort of reckoning in his mind. It wasn't set up for that. So I don't think I'm supposed to be here. Red doesn't think he's supposed to be here, and Oak is only having him here to test his experiment and subject me to a whole bunch of new people and Pokemon and put me through a training system, which is the whole point of Kobagon Academy. That's why I'm here. I'm his experiment. And when I learn of this, it reaffirms I'm not supposed to be here. It's fucking crazy. The imposter syndrome is validated, but only if you let it be. See, I'm really cool in that I have the mindset of I was never meant to be here, right? Like it's kind of like looking at you existing in the first place. Like, not to get nihilistic or anything like that, not to get dreadfully existential, but reality, it from my belief, reality itself is an axiom that we assume to be true. Like, you can't prove that reality exists outside of relying on reality to prove itself. It it's circular. Like, you need to rely on it as a foundation for your basis and everything else. And this is from things like your sensory input, but all of that falls under the umbrella of reality. What is real? What is here, and like what you can experience? All of that is unprovable. The logic system that we built and rely on to understand the world has a bottom, and there's nothing underneath it. So it's in free fall, as the analogy would lead you to think. So, comparing that to this, it's like, yeah, there's not really a reason that we're here. There's not a reason why I exist, why anything exists, and there's not a reason why Red is in a school. There is a chain of causality that led to that in that sense of a reason, but there's not like a purpose for him being here. There's not a purpose that any of us are here, except for one that we find ourselves, because, like with reality itself, it is something that we can't prove and we have to choose to accept as true. That's what an axiom is. We have to choose. We don't have to, even, but if you want a purpose, you have to choose a purpose yourself. Even the people who brought you into this world can't say, this is why you're here. They could give you a goal, a destiny, an end state, a mission to accomplish on a grand time scale, like some lifelong dream or something. Red wants to be a Pokemon master. He thinks that's his purpose. But he also doesn't believe in fate, I think, because he goes through a journey in this game where he is really optimistic and then his hopes are shattered and he thinks that it's not meant to be. And then after that, I think he's starting to come down to see my way of thinking. At least I could see it happening, where he's like, I wasn't meant to be here, but I'm going to see it through. Oak put me here because not because he thought I had potential, but because he wanted to see what would happen. Throwing stuff at the wall until it's stuck, which is kind of fucked up, but we might not know the whole story. He might actually care about us, which I wouldn't be surprised about. But as far as we know, we're here not because of the reasons that we want to be here. We, however, are here. The stars have randomly aligned for no rhyme or reason to put us here in the present, which just so happens to be at the most prestigious Pokemon school in the world. Otherwise, there'd be no game. But yeah, I am here. There's no way I should be here. That's not the right way of thinking about it. There is a way that you got here. And now that you are here, enjoy it. Exploit the circumstantial situation you find yourself in. Milk it dry, Red. Milk it dry. Or I guess Callus. I forgot that I named him. I think you could apply this to a lot of situations. I'm not gonna call it for anybody and everybody out there. It's just me, again, and interpreting Red as myself. But yeah, like, you can't prove that reality exists, and yet we are here. So there is no purpose from some higher order given to you. That purpose comes from you. I don't. I think at this point I've said everything all of the thoughts that I had about it, and I'm just like looping, saying the same things again. Apologize for that. I might do that a lot. I I got a I got a little worm in my brain. It's not a real worm. It's a little gummy worm. I got a gummy worm in my brain. And every now and then my brain gets a sweet tooth and sinks its little brain teeth in, and then it gets a brain sugar rush, and I'm like, oh, the sugar worm. What the fuck am I talking about? Just where's the music? That's why I'm rambling so long. Is because I lost the music. Oh, see, but I am, and I'll do whatever it takes to prove to everyone and myself that I deserve this chance. I wouldn't say the words that he's saying right now. I wouldn't say something like I need to prove or I'm going to prove. I wouldn't say I'll do whatever it takes to prove to everyone and myself that I deserve this chance. It wouldn't even occur to me that I need to prove that I deserve anything. I just deserve it. Obviously. And then I'll you know, I'm not working to prove that I deserve the chance. I'm spending my time to just take the chance, you know? Which might be influenced from the fact that I am the player and he is a guy being shoved into a school. Optionally, I guess. Like, he does get a choice, so it's not like a crazy fucking thing. Who? What? Oh my god, I forgot this guy existed. Here, let me sit up straighter so I can burp, because that's how I work. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, great. I'm singing. Sorry about that. Anyways. Hello, welcome to Relic Hall, one of the 3 residence halls of this esteemed academy. Alright, I'm done with you. Oh my god. Okay, Leaf's here. Let's see. Hold on, wait, what? Okay, I don't think you've emphasized the "you're" there. I promise you, I'm definitely male. Really? Because you're being a total girl right now. That's sexist. You know, Amy. What'd he say? Hold on, I'm gonna try to quote it. You know, Amy, bringing attention to the breaking of gender norms undermines the very concept of gender equality by suggesting that this is extraordinary and not the status quo. What is it exactly that he said? God, hold on, I gotta find the Knuckles Sonic Boom Knuckles quote. Knuckles quote. Feminist. Here.
All comes down to this one penalty kick. Can the young woman break the glass ceiling and prove once and for all that a female can be just as good an athlete as a male?
You know, Amy, anytime someone calls attention to the breaking of gender rules, it ultimately undermines the concept of gender equality by implying that this is an exception and not the status quo. What? Because I'm a meathead doesn't mean I'm not a feminist.
In case it's not obvious, oh, that's Steven. Okay. In case it's not obvious, I literally found that quote this morning. Anyways. Low specs? I don't think I need low specs. What does this game think you're playing on, a tablet? You know, that's not a bad idea. Anyways. I'm going to play through this game until I get to, the part where I get my Pokemon. Like episode 1, you know? Anyways, the bathroom. Jump out the... Oh, this is what I wanted to do. A fair chance I've never seen inside of a woman's bathroom for 18 years. I'm not going to start now. Anyway, I have a better idea. You do? What? Wait, what were the other options? Don't get in the damn bathroom. That's so weak sauce, bro. Okay, actually, I know what happens if I don't. What happens if I choose this? That goes against everything I stand for. Besides, what if someone else is in there? Then we'd really be in trouble. What kind of sense? I've been watching the door, but there's windows on the inside. Buddy. Oh, okay. It's the... Okay, it's the same thing. We're going to the second floor, right? And it's a little grass and the ground outside. I should be able to survive a 2-story fall if I jump through the window. Through the window. Come on, man. You should have just gone for it. I still don't get what the thing is with this very menacing dawn silhouette. Like, I'm being so real. Is there ever a point where this bathroom PNG ever comes into play again? Like, is it just ever significant again? No. Oh yeah, shut the lights off too. That's not creepy at all. Okay. Yep. Okay. Alright. Goodbye. Ooga booga. Sorry, it's just Ethan. I got a little excited. Speaking of fucking imposter syndrome. Ethan. Oh, thank God, we broke the curse. Who's Ethan? I am. It looks like I'm one of your dorm mates, too. Nice to meet you. My name is Careless Dopper. I'm from Palatown and Cano. That's pretty much it. Oh, I know the place. That's where Professor Lee Oakley lives, right? Oh, you call him that, too? Yeah, man, what you talking about? Oh, sweet. Yeah. Anyway, do I know you? Yeah, I remember you. Oh, shit. Really? Yeah, I saw you smoke weed, man. A thesaurus, what's that? Oh, a thesaurus. It's a Pokemon from Horn. Hmm. Okay, we got the gang all here. We got the not gay, the adorable, honestly. Okay, let's slow down. Why did I do that? Okay, we got not gay, adorable, fucking slab of meat, and fucking slab of meat. And where'd the slab of slowly rotting meat go? Where is he? Is he in here? I don't know. You know, the entire live. Say what you will about me, okay? The entire live stream would be worth it just to hear that sound. High definition 4K HD. Japanese. How come there's no Japanese unknown? Why is English special? Because you gave the title of the school in Unknownian with that little pamphlet to probably to seem all fancy, but like where's the Japanese unknown? And also, uh World War II, Hindenburg, Nazis, German language, obviously. So World War II, Japanese and English. Pearl Harbor, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Fukushima, Chernobyl, nuclear power, space. Continents, map, reference in the game and future that I should pick apart. Religion? Arceus is Jesus? Who laid egg? Is blasphemy? Is stoning? Is witch trials? Unova America witch trials. Unova witch trials? Miss Drevis Pokemon? Me forgot Pokedex entries is relevant? Hmm? Burn witch at stake? Roxanne? Anyways, ah. All right. Oh, we got the gangs all here. That's right. Get the fuck out of here. You can stay on screen. I'm gonna die. It's like that scene of Green Lantern, like using a little tiny pair of scissors to snip Superman's cranium. Like, yeah, I'm gonna die. Anyway, there's a little bit here about ooh. Following homeroom will be an hour of one Pokemon type elective of your choice. You'll be able to select 2 out of the 18 known Pokemon types. Focus your studies on for each individual day. Okay, I did some high brain calculations in my original playthrough, and I did not know all the information. So, there are the 2 electives per day thing where you can't pick the same elective. Okay, so first period is always homeroom. Second period is a type elective. Third period is PE, or gym, I guess. Fourth period is lunch. Fifth period is another elective. And sixth period is homeroom again. That's 6 periods, 6 hours of the day. That makes sense. Okay. Now, you can, every class you take, except for the first one, you will get 1 level's worth of knowledge in something. And, you know, obviously you could level up a Pokemon type to the level equivalent of that level in your elective or whatever. Like if you're up to level 7 in grass, and you can get a level 7 Pokemon, and you can catch one at a higher level, but it'll be capped. This is all explained in the original. Now, I'm thinking, okay, there are the lunch tutorings, where after a certain day, and excluding certain days, but I'm not sure which, you can gain more level experience. Although for lunch, lecturing with a student, or I guess tutoring with a student or whatever, it's only 0.25. And for out of school hours going to the study hall after school, you know, it's 0.5. So if you spend all 5 of your free times during the week on school, you can get 2.5 elective, and then an additional 1.25 if you do all of the 5 days worth of lunches, which, let's be realistic, probably not. So it does make me wonder what the highest level a Pokemon can be in the game. And it does make me want to rework my math, but I feel like not reworking the math until I've played through the entire game and documented everything is a good call, because after I've documented everything, I'll be able to go back through my footage and be like, okay, there's an elective that you can optionally take on this day, but not on this day during lunch. And then this day and this day and this day have lunch, you're doing something else. You have this many extra free times on this day, but you can't actually do them for this, or maybe you can. Stuff like that. Just gain all the information. And also, hear me out here, also, all of the, all of the options you get to advance a trait of yours, like knowledge or charm or wit or something like that. I want to take note of when all of those happen, and then put it on a spreadsheet, a glorious, glorious spreadsheet, and then I'll have all the information I could ever want. And then I could do, like, what are the absolute limits in Pokemon? Like, for example, what's the highest amount of damage you can do in Pokemon in the Dawn fight? Like, I'm sure you could get to a point, and maybe you're using Pokemon items for that or not, like maybe a dire hit, several X attacks or something like that. Just use a Sword Stance or something. I doubt you could get all of this on a Pikachu, but it's possible that you could get enough Pokemon in your party to have the RNG randomly target the other Pokemon and not the Pokemon that you're trying to set this up on. Maybe you could get a move like Follow Me or something on like 4 of your Pokemon, have one of them be this extra, and then have the other one be Pikachu, so you could get 4 moves in for free. And then I'm thinking too much about it. Ooh. Hypothetically, if you had an Aaron, because they have the ability Sturdy. I was talking about this. I was talking about this in my, maybe it was my last video, where you can have the FEAR set up with an Aaron. Can you do that in the Altaria fight? Can you have a Sturdy Aaron with Endeavor and then Quick Attack? Shell Bell Aaron with Sandstorm. That's right. Or you could get access to a Pokemon who can use the Sandstorm move. Is that possible? Can you do that? It would be really hard to not level up your Aaron, though. I wonder if that's possible. Because with the traditional Fear setup, you're thinking like, okay, it's a Rattata with Endeavor and Quick Attack. But if that were the case, it requires 2 moves. And so Don's AI would go, oh, I need to heal my Pokemon. And then it would do that. Unless the move Endeavor is just treated like Perish Song, in which case it's like, the Altaria blocks out the... I'm rambling. I gotta get to my Pokemon ASAP. What's those glasses you look like? A hoot. I'm absolutely perfect. Okay, what is it? Is it this? Oh, yeah, okay, it's that. Okay. Fucking guy. I'm not doing anything that has to do with you. Okay, so the first time I played this game, I selected this option because I wanted to talk about living conditions, like where you live. And then I was like, oh, I live there. We live in the same place. There's awesome conditions. And we talk about that. And then it went completely off the rails. But this should have been the option I picked because it's literally directly addressing where she lives. But then I was like, oh, well, that seems like I'm commenting on her outfit. So I thought maybe I shouldn't do that. Is that Looker? I forgot that's Looker. Anyway, this one is the entire point. Okay. Anyways. Fucking guys. He's pulling us over.
Pika. Vika.
Ooh, I should probably save. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna... Wait, hold on. Whatever. Oh boy. Blue, you son of a bitch. Alright, I'm really tired. I gotta get to... Okay. Almost there. What's a coffee? Rest of my class passed without incident. Okay. Now, obviously I'm gonna do normal type. Like, is there a fucking question about it? No, there's not. Ugh. Don't fucking dirt me, you little bitch. Okay. This option is superior. Okay, almost there, almost there, almost there. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay. Specific type, normal type. Lilliput. 45, 60, 45, 25. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do Lilliput. Yes. We got a high tier roll. Those are really good IVs. I'll take the bashful nature. Completely fine. Today's my lucky day. Nice Pokemon. Play with my Bulbasaur. Okay. Alright. Hold on. Okay. It's finally time to save the game. Save here. Okay. Man, oh man. All right. So here's the outline, okay? I'm going to play through the entire game in live streams whenever the fuck I feel like it. And you're going to miss all of them because you'll be asleep when I'm making these. After I play through the entire game, I'll probably go back through the game and go down each character's route so that I can understand all of these characters and figure out what the fuck the people on the Discord server are talking about when they say the Asswipe Group 9000 versus the Penis Knuckle Group 67. Like whatever these people are talking about. Like I don't know the references they're making to the meta of the game social web, all right? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but I will understand one day. So, that's the live stream. I'm going to quit. I can quit anytime I want. Just can't end the stream anytime I want because quitting the game makes